One of the interesting, unique, and exciting aspects of being part of the YouTube fitness community or having this particular outlet is that there is occasionally a topic that shows up on someone else's page, another content creator, and it will kind of circulate and go through the ranks, and different people will be able to give their opinions on it. And something that's been coming up recently, or at least in videos that I watch, has been the idea of performance anxiety or nerves associated with doing well. And while a full discussion on this topic kind of exceeds the scope of this video, and I don't want it to be a 20-minute long video, I think that I have some ideas that I'd like to at least discuss with you guys and just give my thoughts on the concept. So I think it is a completely natural thing for people to get nervous whenever they're passionate about something. A lot of the other people who have spoken on this topic have pointed out that having nerves and being anxious about performing well just means that you care about it. It means that you have a real passion for what you're doing, and for a lot of people, that's kind of a sign that it's what you should be doing. If you don't get nervous about something, there may be a chance that you don't care about it as much, or it could just be you're the kind of person that doesn't get nervous, and that's totally fine. Some people just have that gift. Personally, I do get anxious, and I get nervous, and I have some anxiety that comes when I have high expectations for myself. I am a bit of a perfectionist. The irony of me messing up that word and how I said it is not lost on me. But I don't like to fail at goals that I've set for myself. But something I've become better at, and it's a skill that you develop, is the ability to turn your perception and your self-critique towards a positive mindset, I suppose, and to say, all right, well, here's the situation. Obviously, I'm going to do everything I can to perform to the best of my ability. But there also has to be this acceptance of circumstance. There's something that I talked this weekend when I was discussing some stuff with Izzy and Shaq at Olive Garden. We talked about the idea of the loss of real control of any real situation, and kind of how you don't really have all that much control. There's a lot of life that is about luck, and people say, no, I'm where I'm at because of the hard work, and my success is completely dependent on the effort that I put in. And while I think that's the only real quality that you can work on, so it's most important to have a good work ethic because that's the only thing you can change, a lot of success does come from the luck of the draw. The place you're born, the family you have, your financial situation can be something, and some people are born luckier than others. If I was living in a third world country where my biggest concern tomorrow would be how am I going to get water to stay alive, powerlifting probably wouldn't make it to the top of my to-do list. It wouldn't be the most important thing, because as much as the passion that you just saw in that Lifetime PR, as much as I get hyped and excited and I put my own idea of importance on this thing I do, in the grand scheme, there's a lot of other parts of your life, and your ability to lift a weight or to do something that is in essence a bit trivial, or at least not, it's arbitrary. I mean, us doing this is something that we have placed this importance, we have placed this value into, but it's not necessary to live your life to do this. And some people feel that way. Some people say, this is what I live for, this is what I do, this is my favorite thing. And that's completely true. And you can have passions like that that are a big part of your life, but your ability to lift a heavy thing does not define you as a person, and it should not define you as a person. There are too many people in this world who get good enough at something that they fall out of the understanding that the real measure of your character comes from your interactions with other people and how you treat others, and the character that you express is so much more important than your accolades, because if there's no one to share them with, if you're a terrible person, what good is it being great at something if no one is going to care about you or with you about that because you're an awful human being? Maybe that's a little tangential, but it does come back to the idea that The people that support you in this, the people that care that you do well, are generally people that support you and care that you are doing something. They don't care about your performance nearly as much. And it's different if you had a lot of money riding on this or it was renewing a contract. I mean, if this is the only way you're making a living, it makes sense to have a little bit higher stress threshold, because there's a heightened, or at least a perceived heightened amount of expectation. But you just have to step back, look at the situation, saying, did I do everything that I could to prepare for this? And if you did, things just are going to happen. You have to allow yourself the opportunity to do your best, to try not to get in your own way, and to make the most of your situation. But that realization that there is some part of it that will always be out of your control, that may be crippling to some people, but for others, it might be kind of a soothing thought that says, well, then I'm going to do everything I can within my own control and my own perceived control. If I'm just going to work as hard as I can manage and make the most of my situation and constantly strive to get better. As long as you're doing that, there's nothing to be ashamed of. And any kind of criticism that comes from other people, that is the haters zone. That's the zone of people that just are trying to tear you down for no real reason, just to make themselves feel better from a lack of their own confidence or something that's missing in their own life. But you can take control of your situation, do the best that you are capable of, constantly put forth your best effort, and then no matter what the outcome, there is no negative from that, because you are reaching for your potential and you are taking a step that so many people will never, ever, ever understand, experience, or do for themselves. So thank you guys for watching, for listening, for being here with me as I go through some of those thoughts. I appreciate all the support more than any of you will ever know, and I will have another video up for you soon, sometime this week. So I hope you're all doing well, and have a great night. Bye.